on Tradio.
All right, Buster, come on, you got this. Fix that hair on the right. Just give me hands. Give me the vicious kitty. Perfect. Hey. Hey, you. 40-yard line. Big guy. No, the other guy. I've seen your LinkedIn picture. It's not great. Bless your heart. You need a new headshot. And since you're not watching the game, watch this.
Unleash your professional image with Metroplex headshots. From individual headshots to executive team portraits, we deliver exceptional quality. Metroplex Headshots combines artistry and expertise to create headshots that make an impact. Visit our website at metroplexheadshots.com or call us today to schedule your session. Metroplex Headshots. Unleash your professional image.
Welcome in. It's Panther Friday night on Tradio alongside the TCU Hall of Fame linebacker Shannon Brazil. I'm Will Connerly, and the Colleyville Heritage Panthers getting the number 2 seed in 3-5 AD2, getting a home playoff game to start things out. They're 8-2. They've won 5 in a row. Anna, though, the Coyotes, they're 7-3. They've won 6 in a row. After starting the year 1-3, they have roared into the postseason, a place where they had a lot of success last year, winning the state championship for the first time in program history with their 15-1 historic season. And when we look at the numbers in this matchup, Shannon, Anna, what jumps out at the page? The bottom left, nearly 50 points a game. They've got an offense, and a very strong one at that.
Man, look at those stats. That's serious business right there on the offensive side of the ball. Almost 50 points scoring. I mean, that's a game. That's crazy to the Panthers' 27 points there. So that just lets me know these guys are very explosive. And the defense of the Panthers have their hands full. They're going to have to scheme up some things. They're going to have to not only stop a quarterback, but they have some weapons at the running back position with Mr. Chumley. They have Mr. Taylor at wide receiver and Mr. Ashley at wide receiver. They have some weapons all over the field. And so we know that the Colleyville Panthers are capable of putting the clamps on teams, but they've never played a team like this with these type of stats.
They have not. It will be the toughest test for Colleyville, a tough test to play a defending state champ in the opening round of the playoffs at home, but that's what's on the docket for them tonight. Anna winning it all last year, but moving up to 5A this year. They won it all in 4A a season ago. Seth Parr, their head coach in his 4th season, they went 3-7 the year before he was hired. He's led them to 42-7 over 4 seasons, while Jerry Edwards, 12 season, Colleyville gets to the regional final, and they post 8-2 mark this year, 20-4 in his career with the Panthers. He's put together a lot of success, and it's really been a big part of what he's like to do, a defensive-minded guy, and he has a lot how potent this Coyote offense has been, over 2,400 yards in the air and on the ground, so it's a balanced attack, and kind of has to be when you nearly get 500 yards a game.
Yeah, so for both teams, I mean, besides the crazy numbers of the Coyotes, those numbers are crazy. But besides that, this is a pretty on the defensive side. The Coyotes returning basically 10 people and having one comeback that was there to experience what it feels and how it is to win at a high level. That means a lot. From a football standpoint, also from a locker room standpoint. So, and then you have a great team that's been brewing over the last couple of years with the Panthers. So, listen, this thing's going to all come to a head tonight. Somebody's got to go home and somebody's got to move on. And we're going to see who that's going to be tonight based off who plays the best football.
We are. It's going to be a great battle here in the opening round of the playoffs. One of the best matchups here that 5A has to offer. Two teams that believe they are contenders. Somebody, though, is going to go home tonight, and we will find out who that's going to be and have the game unfold before our eyes in under 10 minutes. But coming up next, we'll hear from head football coach Jerry Edwards here on the pregame show. You're watching Panther Friday night here on Tradio.
Help, we make it easy.
Have a dream of having a pool and a backyard oasis? Well, it's time to talk to the professionals at J. Modeling to service and maintenance, J. Caldwell Custom Pools is your custom pool builder and outdoor living design expert, serving you with 2 locations, Hudson Oaks and Fort Worth, because life is too short for ordinary backyards. Dive in and find out more at jcaldwellcustompools.com.
Welcome into Panther Friday night on Tradio, joined alongside head football coach Jerry Edwards. Coach, you get to this point of the season, now into the postseason, a big-time matchup here this evening against Anna. Tell me about the week of practice leading up to tonight's game.
Yeah, it's been a good week of practice. You know, I think our kids have been really focused and ready to go. They know the challenge ahead, season, the playoffs. And, there's typically no bad teams that make it to the playoffs, and especially when you're going against District 3 5A, 4 really solid football teams coming out of that district, 4 solid teams coming out of our district. So all of those matchups will be really good. I think our matchup is probably one of the best in the state of Texas. I think 2 really good football teams squaring off in the first round, so it'll be a lot of fun.
It should be a lot of fun, and when you look at your opponent, a team that obviously coming off what they did in the postseason a year ago, that's pretty matchup. But when you look at them specifically, what are some things they do well, and what do you know about their program overall here this season?
Well, like you mentioned, they were the 4A 4A Division I state champions last year, and they got some of those key guys coming back this year. They play in a really tough district. There's 5 quality football teams, and they came in as the number 3 seed. We are glad that we get them at home, but offensively, I think is what really makes them click. If you look, they put up a lot of points. They have a really dynamic quarterback who can run and throw. Their receivers do a good job of sitting down in space. And they have a running back that runs extremely hard. So I think the strength of their team is their offense. They're going to be able to move the ball, and so we got to find a way to slow them down, and our offense has got to move the ball and keep them off the field. And I think there's some things that we can do offensively to take advantage of what they do defensively. Like I said, I think it's a really good matchup.
Yes, it should be a lot of fun and obviously a test, but you get to do that at home as well. And your team riding into the postseason with quite a bit of momentum as well, winning 5 straight. I'm sure the locker room has to feel pretty good about where this group is at right now, particularly with your defense and how well you've played during this 5-game win streak.
Yeah, I think our team has been gradually getting better and better every week, which is what you want. You want to be playing your best football at the end of the season. And I think, once we got through those first 5 games of the season, which we knew were going to be extremely tough, we kind of found our identity and who we are and what we needed to do to be successful. And during our bye week, we kind of put all that into play and came out second half of district and played well. You know, we haven't gotten off to fast starts like we wanted to, but we've slowly been addressing that, and I think we did a good job of doing that the other night, scoring on our opening drive. And then, you know, playing good defense along the way and offense doing what they need to do to put points on the board. And so I feel like we've come together as a team and we're hitting our stride right at the right time.
But like you said, with the focus on this evening's affair, going up against a state champion in the opening round, and for an Anna team, they lose their first couple district games, but then get to the third seed. And for your group, trying to replicate another long postseason run like you had getting to the regional finals last year. At this time of the year, I know it's a privilege to continue to get to play and practice, but what do you think the biggest keys for the Panthers are tonight in terms of continuing your season on?
We got to contain the quarterback. I mean, it all goes around him. You know, we got to get him in third and long situations, find a way to get to the quarterback, keep him in the pocket, don't let him beat us with his feet. That's kind of the big key on defense. And then offensively, we got to control the ball. We got to be able to run right at them, go down the field, march down the field, eat up some of that clock, and keep their offense off the field. And then score on you know, every possession that we get. We need to maximize the amount of points we get because we know they can be explosives on offense. And so, you know, we need to play complementary football. You know, good defense, find a way to get off the field, and their offense needs to go down and put points on the board.
Do you change your messaging to your team when it gets to this time of the year?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Coach Watson talked to our team on Tuesday. Usually we have an assistant coach that speaks to our team every Tuesday, and Coach Watson brought up a good point. You know, for our seniors that are on our football team, we're guaranteed one more game, and that's it. You know, and so I think every week we put that out there to them that, you know, we're trying to earn one more week together, and that you know, the win and move on and lose and go home. And so, you know, we got to play for those seniors so we can get another week together and just make sure that we execute to a high level, because there's no do-overs, there's no take-backs, there's no next week if you don't get the job done. And so I think our kids are ready and prepared. You know, I think they have full confidence in playing at MP. We've played extremely well at home the last 2 years. And then, you know, we're a second-half team. And, you know, so I think our kids have a lot of faith in what we're doing, and they want to earn another week, and I think they're ready for the challenge.
And that has been a huge storyline this year. Playing well at home, yes, under your direction over the last 2 years, and then particularly this season, the second halves. It's been a story every week. But again, I think in a situation like this where you might go down, you have gone down in a lot of games, but to be able to fight back and to have that resolve as a group and do it in front of the faithful at MP, which should be very packed here tonight, it definitely seems like it can give your group a sense of assurance that this Panther fight isn't going to die.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, our kids are going to fight from the, you know, opening kickoff to the final whistle of the game. There's no question about that. That's just part of our DNA, who we are. We're going to be physical. We're going to execute to a high level and be a disciplined football team. And when you have all those things, you know, you have a good, well-rounded team. And I think, you know, really true, I've told the kids and I've told the coaches, I think, you know, the winner of this game, in my opinion, will be the favorite to win the region. You know, I know there's some other good quality football teams in the region, but I really do, you know, watching them on tape and knowing how we are, I think, you know, whoever wins this game comes out on top. I think you would have to put them towards the top of being able to go out and win this region.
Absolutely. Should be a big crowd tonight. And like you talk about this matchup, a matchup that many are saying is one of the best, in, like you already said as well, in this opening round. It should be a lot of fun. You talk about stopping the quarterback, who's been very dynamic this year, and looking forward to seeing how the defense can rise to that challenge this evening, Coach. As always, appreciate your time, and best of luck this evening.
I appreciate it.
Brought out by Gentry. He's got just shy of the 30. And the senior with a solid return brings it out. Who has a lot of balls that are booted through the end zone. Edward Chumley, the running back, getting over 7 a carry, has.
Yeah, that's okay though. You keep them right there. You want those guys to run the ball. You want to settle down, calm the nerves, get in the rhythm. If you're a defense, because this offense right now they're open and they're trying to go right at them. So they've got to withstand this first blow.
Williams to throw, has a connection and picks up enough for the first down. That's Ace Traylor, the junior wideout. And a first down after 2 plays for the Coyotes. Mentioned a team that starts very quick. Over 33 points on average in the first half alone and nearly 50 points a game in total this season.
Yeah, they're trying to spread you out and find the open man. That's why they look to the sideline and ask for the coach to change up the play, because they see something in the defense like this right here.
And they take that shot. It is connected down to the 30-yard line, hauled in by Ashton Ansley, the Louisiana Tech commit, with a big play.
And again, that's one of those weapons we were talking about. He's a tall receiver, and all he did was just run a streak, and he threw the ball up because he has height over the cornerback, and he just simply jumped in there and took it away from him.
Williams gets the snap, and he gets wrapped up in the backfield. Big play made. Colleyville coming in. Dadrian Gaines, and they get to the quarterback.
Great play by Mr. Gaines, and that's what I was talking about, keeping everything contained. He didn't let him try to leak outside what he was trying to do. He just squeezed him and got a hand out there to get a handful of jersey and brought him down. Great play.
So 2nd and long, getting this Coyotes offense off schedule. You just heard it from Jerry Edwards, the biggest key tonight. And Zy Williams, the quarterback, now has to face 2nd and long. The pistol with Chumley behind him, and he has a hole.
I love that because the defense is they're playing their positions. I see they're moving with their gaps, right? So if you have A gap and that A gap moves, you move with it. You have B gap, that B gap moves, you move with it. That's why you see a sea of red when they bounce to the left there, and they were able to stop the run for a very short gain.
So 3rd and 14. Ball at the 34-yard line. Williams gets the snap, throws it over the middle. It's intercepted.
Wow, what a play.
Bryson Burgess with another INT, and Colleyville with a big play on the opening series for the Coyotes. Bryson Burgess comes up with another pick.
And that's what we're talking about this defense. They have to be able to withstand the blow of a powerful offense that can strike really quick. And all he did was sink and read the quarterback's eyes, and the quarterback thought he had a man over the middle, and the linebacker was able to pick it off. What a play, and what a way to keep your eyes on the quarterback. Look at this. They're going to seek. They're running 2 streaks with a crossing route. The linebacker just sits on it and pick because he had an open window there, and the quarterback simply didn't see the defender sitting right there in the pocket.
Bryson Burgess comes up with another interception in Colleyville on offense. Their first play, they get a big run, a gain of 8 yards, and that's Gerard Wiley on the ground as Colleyville starts in good field position after the interception.
I know there's a heavyweight fight across town in the Dallas Cowboys in Arlington, but we got a heavyweight fight right here tonight, guys, and it's going to be a doozy. Look at this play right here. Very powerful. These guys are looking to strike really quick. And there's good pursuit by the defense after a 9-yard pickup.
So after Bryson Burgess gets his 4th interception of the year, It's off to Gerard Wiley once again. He stopped right at the line to gain, and he picks up the first down. So a heavyweight fight, Shin.
Hey, man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm super excited about this one. I'm looking at the Coyotes. They have some good size on defense. Now it's Bodie Weaver time. Let's see if these guys will stick to the run. Like, there's 2 runs right out of the gate, and they've already got a first down. So, like I said, you got to keep running out these guys and control the pace.
They stick to it, 3rd straight run, but this time it's read well off the edge. It's Zayden Gentry who comes in to make the stop, and that's going to be right at the line to gain, so 2nd and 10 upcoming. So Gentry comes in, makes the tackle right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 from the Coyotes 46 on the opening drive for Colleyville. Weaver with a hit to the outside, but it's Luke Graves who couldn't make the catch, and 3rd and 10 awaits.
Look like, I don't know, the ball must have slipped out of his hands. You got a wide open receiver, you got to put it on him, and he may be able to pick up the first down there, at least pick up some positive yards. Instead, it's thrown at his feet. Look at here, let's see if it slips out. Yeah, he just gets a bad release on the ball because that's easily a 5 to 7 yard pickup before he's even contacted. So let's see what we have on this play, and hopefully he can get that arm warmed up.
So 3rd and 10, Bodie Weaver with a moving pocket. Pressure comes, and he gets rid of it down the sideline. And he was looking for his man down the sideline in Gerard Wiley, but he couldn't come up with it as Weaver just tried to get out of there, and it was too far out of the reach of the sophomore running back.
Yeah, if Mr. Wiley just keeps running north, he picks up the first down, maybe even a touchdown with his speed, but his quarterback thought he would keep running, and so he threw him open. Just Mr. Wiley decided to stay put and for an incomplete pass.
So Zayden Gentry's big tackle at the line of scrimmage, just his 2nd tackle for loss this season on that first down carry, sets up a punt in Colleyville. Oh, man, they were almost able to down it at the 1, but it tumbled into the end zone for a touchback. But after Colleyville had 2 runs and a first down after their first play, they stalled out in Coyote territory after Bryson Burgess had the interception, and the Coyotes get the ball back, so neither team able to score on their opening drive.
But if you look at it right now to this point, and you ask me, well, who's won up to this point or who's winning? Well, I would say the Panthers, because they've kept the ball away from this Mr. Williams, because we know how dangerous he can be. So even though they didn't score, they milked some time off that clock, which favors them, meaning the Panthers.
And Williams gives it off to Chumley, and he has some space up the middle and just plays to sleeve. He's in that single coverage. That's the interesting thing tonight. You go single coverage with all the weapons. We were looking at it pregame. Hey, who's the Coyotes' main guy in the receiving game? And it's a lot of guys, 7 different players with over 10 receptions. So they spread it out. You know who's getting the ball in the backfield. It's either going to be Williams or Chumley, their running back. But, man, they spread it out so much, and that's why he's probably so dynamic in the running game.
Yes, and you pretty much pick your poison. That's why you get everybody spread out. You look to the sideline, the coach sees an open or sees what he calls, and they do an audible, and they go right at you. That's what makes these guys so fast and so dynamic on the offensive side of the ball, especially when you spread everybody out and you want to hit them up the middle with a powerful running back.
So after Anna's opening series, they went 6 plays. It ended with an interception. Colleyville called a timeout, and out of it, a shot taken down the field. Gibson was in the coverage down the sideline, and it's incomplete. Intended target there was Ronald Bell, the senior wideout.
Yeah, Mr. Williams, if you go back to it, Mr. Williams was pressured and he got hit. And so that allowed him not to put a lot on the ball because he had a guy wide open. And if you see here, they get pressure on him coming from the right edge there. And he's not able to put much into that ball because he gets hit in the mouth. Here we go, fake it. Oh, here we
Chumley on the carry. He gets hit first by Bryson Burgess, but he's having some big holes to operate with this evening.
Here we go with the quick look. That's what I'm saying. They're going to go quick.
Back to Chumley once again, and on a third down, he gets right to the line to gain, going really quick in this scenario. Now, Shannon, they're facing a 4th and 1. So the scoreboard not correct on our screen, but it is 4th down and 1 on the field right now. So another big play coming up.
This is where the defense has got to make a stand. We need our big boys up the middle for the Panthers, that is, to step up and look at that running back and make sure, matter of fact, they're coming in an I-back formation with the quarterback. So I expect him to give it off here. He moved.
And movement up front, that's going to back the Coyotes up 5 yards. They were facing a 4th and 1, but Shannon, the movement early, backs them up, and we'll see if that affects the decision to go for it.
Well, when you have, I wouldn't be surprised if these guys would, but it looks like they're going to bring out the punt team, and they're going to punt this away and rely on their defense to play with good field position.
And so the penalty, the false start, backs up the Coyotes 5 yards, and they're forced to punt.
Looks like they're going for the block.
And the punt got off, and it drops down at the 10-yard line into the end zone off the leg of the quarterback, Zy Williams, on the punt. And we take a timeout. You're watching Panther Friday night on Tradio.
All right, Buster, come on, you got this. Fix that hair on the right. Just give me hands. Give me the vicious kitty. Perfect. Hey. Hey, you. 40-yard line. Big guy. No, the other guy. I've seen your LinkedIn picture. It's not great. Bless your heart. You need a new headshot. And since you're not watching the game, watch this.
Unleash your professional image with Metroplex headshots. From individual headshots to executive team portraits, we deliver exceptional quality.
Colleyville back with the football. Their first play of the second series for the Panthers offense. They go right back to the ground, and Gerard Wiley picks up a dozen for a first down.
Again, stand patient, stand with the run. One play, one first down. Now let's stick with it and see what happens. Again, we're waiting for this defense to get tired, and I don't expect that to be the case right now, but when you sit there and you go right at him, which they just did, you look, he's one cut and he's up the field for a first down, and you got linebackers out of their gap there, as you saw in the replay.
Once again, Wiley makes a man miss and spins up the field until he's wrapped up there by Carter Dietz, the junior linebacker, but a nifty play by Wiley to get something out of it.
Wiley, he's a strong runner. He had nothing there, and he turned it into positive yards. He was actually stopped and hit for a loss, and because of his IQ, I should say, when it comes to running the football, he was able to make a cut and get back up and get some positive yards.
Wiley nearly 600 yards this season, Shannon, and about 5.5 per carry. The sophomore running back been really big in this Panthers offense the second half of this season, and he's getting fed early. Another carry to Wiley. He goes to the outside, and he just gets a couple, so that's going to set up a critical third down here for the Panthers.
And he's definitely picked up the pace, especially after Mr. Blewett was out or got injured for the year, and this guy here was so dynamic. He really would have helped these guys get over the hump, but they decided after he was gone that these guys would develop one heck of a running game, and that's what they've done with Mr. Wiley and Bodie Weaver. So they've been able to get the job done without his presence, and here in the first round of the playoffs looking to win this ball game.
Third down. And the high snap, Bodie Weaver has to go just hop on the football, and he steps out of play, so a massive loss after the snap went behind Bodie Weaver, and he goes back to get the football. Colleyville going to be forced to punt, as that is a massive loss on the play of about 15 yards.
And those are the plays that cannot happen when you have an explosive offense in Zion Williams. Zy Williams. And the weapons that he have. And so Colleyville cannot afford this. They've got to be able to put together some drives and put some points on the board.
Gentry back to return. Makes the catch at the 29-yard line. and now tries to cut across the field, has some space, looking for some blockers, and he's going to be stopped up right where he caught the ball. So good kick coverage on the punt from Ryan Zuckert, and it will be the Coyotes who get the ball for a third time. Interception on their opening drive, and then they had it around midfield, 4th and 1. A false start had them punt on their second drive. Now they get a ball for a third time.
Yeah, it's one of those situations with defense, rubber band defense, who's going to bend but not break. And so right now, again, the punt team covering right here to make a good stop because, listen, let me tell you, this guy is so dynamic, and he can run and break one at any second now.
And here is Williams trying to escape the pocket, and the pressure comes. He gets rid of it, and it's incomplete. Williams trying to get to evade the pressure, and the pressure was coming from the Panthers.
What a great play by Mr. Williams. Staying patient, playing his assignment, as we call it, doing his 111th. He's not trying to do anybody else's job but his, and he makes a big play on the receiver. As we see here, the quarterback is scrambling. They do a good job of getting to him, putting the pressure on him to make him get the ball out right now for incomplete.
So 2nd down and 10, football at the 29-yard line. Pressure coming on Williams. As he looks to the sideline for the play. So Anna calls a timeout. So both teams have called a timeout here in the first half with 3:41 to go in the opening quarter, 2nd and 10. And we have not seen Zy Williams really get outside the pocket. We know that is a big part of the bread and butter of this offense. He can run the football at a really high level. A couple times you saw Dadrian Gaines get a big sack on that first series, and then right there the pressure came again. It forces an incompletion. So now for both of these squads, we shall see what's going to happen here. 2nd and 10, early stages of this game, and for a team that scores so many points to have them off the scoreboard through nearly a quarter, definitely a win if you're the Panthers.
Yeah, this is definitely a great football game thus far. These guys are kind of like shadow box right now. They're no points have been given up. There's nobody even come close to getting any points. They're kind of sparring a little bit, but at some point this thing's going to have to break wide open, and mistakes can cause that. Flags can cause that. Excuse me.
You certainly saw a flag be costly on Anna's last possession after facing 4th and 1. They were going to go for it, instead punt. Now Chumley on the carry, and Madden Williams is first to meet him after a gain of about 5 yards. Even gains that look pedestrian, he still gets some positive movement, and that sets up a 3rd down out of the Anna timeout.
Great play by Madden Williams there by stepping up, meeting him on the other side of the hole, on his side of the on the field. He's got to step up and seal that hole and that gap right now, and foreshort it or at the line of scrimmage, but nevertheless, he stops him.
Empty. And here is Williams. He's going to step up in the pocket and go, being chased down by Madden Williams and then eventually forced out by Bryson Burgess. But there goes the legs of Zy Williams, and he picks up the 1st down on 3rd and 5.
Yeah, you saw that he had a wide open hole. I believe it was C gap. It opened up like the Red Sea, and the linebacker was supposed to be there. I believe it was the Sam linebacker, and he's overflowing, and he hit it. And so that's the things you can't do. You cannot break down when it's time to contain it and do your job.
1st and 10 from the 43. Williams, designed run, takes it himself, going in between the tackles, and then eventually looks like he makes somewhat of a business decision as Evan Naeta was right next to him, and he falls right down for a pickup of just 2.
This is what I was talking about. If you see right here, he's looking. There's a hole that opens up and Mike.
Once again, it takes a couple Panthers. On that last play, check that correction. It was Michael Kennedy, the junior, who is the 2nd-string quarterback for Anna. Either way, that put him in the red zone.
Here they go. This is where defense got to step up, and man, what a run by Mr. Chumley. But they're knocking on the door, and this is where the defense has to step up and definitely do their thing. Meaning, they're great play.
Looking toward the end zone, trying to find Ronald Bell, and it is incomplete, so that sets up a third down. So after they get down here, short run by Chumley. It was a decent one, but they try to take a shot to the end zone on second down.
This is straight as fake left and give it right now. He didn't even look. He just know his guy's going to be open because of his height, and that he just threw a bad ball.
Chase Gibson in the coverage for Colleyville. Chumley carried to the left side, tries to cut up the field, and he gets wrapped up. That's going to set up a fourth down. Madden Williams coming in once again.
Madden Williams is playing. He saw it. For a linebacker, a scrape is what you want to play. Now, I told the play before, 2 plays before, I said stay home. Well, when you know it's handoff, now you go. You're shot of a cannon, and you get across there, and he made a great play right there, stopping him.
Under a minute to go in the opening quarter. Fourth down, 3 yards to go. Football at the 17-yard line. Anna going to push the envelope and not opt to go for the field goal. Williams gets the direct snap, takes it himself, and he gets wrapped up right there initially by Colleyville's Joseph Nisbet, but not before Williams is able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, they had him. You got to break down right there on the edge. This guy's too shifty. And if you're going to do a lot of arm tackling, it's easy to pick up 1-2 yards for a first down. You got to break down so you're able to put a tackle on him, and that would have been a tackle for loss versus reaching and having this guy drag you for at least a yard or two. So they've got to do a better job at that.
So they get a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 in the red zone. Still can get a first down without the touchdown. And Williams hand off to Chumley. Man who's had a knack for the end zone all year long with 23 of them, and he gets down to the 5-yard line. Hayden West and Nisbet combine on the tackle.
That defensive front's got to step up right now. That's too many yards in the red zone, and so they've got to step up and make better plays.
End of the first quarter, no score. Anna knocking on the door. It's Panther Friday night on Tradio.
Is ticking. It's last call on 24s at Classic Chevrolet. As the #1 dealer in the world, a huge selection of 24s remain with model year-end savings, like new Silverados, $14,000 off MSRP, or 0% APR is back. Time is running out to get model year-end savings before they're sold. New Silverados, $14,000 off MSRP will not last. Visit ClassicChevrolet.com now.
We're back with you on Panther Friday night on Tradio alongside Shannon Brazil. I'm Will Connerly. No score after a quarter of action as we start the second quarter, though. Anna with a 2nd and goal to go from the 5-yard line, looking to punch this one in to start the scoring in this opening round playoff matchup.
This has to feel good for the Panthers, knowing that this offense averages 33 points a half. And being at its second quarter with 0 points from either team, they've got to feel good. But the Coyotes are knocking on the door, so this is a big series right here for the Panthers defense.
And here is the handoff, spin up the field, and it's Chumley into the end zone, his 24th touchdown of the year, and a big drive that is capped off with a touchdown as Anna strikes first this evening. They take a 6-0 lead pending the extra point.
Yeah, there's too much arm tackling going on right now by the Panthers defense. They're going to have to do some, get back to technical sound tackling. Right now there's just too much reaching going on. These guys are falling forward for 2-3 yards. I mean, that's how he got in the end zone just now. So I expect for those guys to get it cleaned up on the sidelines and come out and play a little better defense.
So the PAT is converted, and Anna has a 7-0 lead as we have just started the second quarter of this postseason matchup. Shannon Brazil, Will Connerly here with you at Mustang Panther Stadium. And Shannon, as we look across the way, Anna has brought the crowd tonight. Colleyville certainly in full force here at Mustang Panther, but it's a great crowd on both sides, and that's exactly what you probably expected with the opening round playoff matchup of the stakes and just of the quality of teams that you get. You get to the postseason, all the teams are good. However, this is a matchup that is really strong in this opening round.
Yeah, man, this is a great night for football. The chips are all. This is one of those, hey, all the chips are in the middle, and somebody's got to lose. Somebody's got to win. So that's the atmosphere about Texas football. And when you get to the playoffs, again, it's hard to make it back to a state championship. It's hard to make it to a state title game. So these guys are going to give it everything they got, and we have a lot of great football ahead of us tonight.
And you talk about state titles, it's a long road there. You got to play 6 extra weeks of football to have an opportunity at AT&T. Is that extra point was good. The ensuing kickoff is through the end zone. A 7-0 Anna lead after the Edward Chumley touchdown. His 24th of the season, and on the ground his 22nd. So a man who finds the end zone a couple times a game on average, and he starts the scoring off for Anna on their third drive. They eventually get into the end zone, and now Colleyville looking for a response.
Well, this is it. They've got to stay focused and stick to the game plans. What I said at the beginning of the game: continue running the football, milking the clock, hoping and knowing that they'll get a score at some point.
It's out to Samir Johnson, and he has a big burst of speed, a gain of 14, as he is stopped just shy of the 40-yard line. Tackled by Aiden Bello, but a nice hookup to Samir Johnson.
What a great play, throw for a first down. Caught the defense kind of in a bad spot there, and they couldn't get to him until he picked up the first down. So great play by the Panthers.
And now Bryce Abram on his first carry of the game, and he gets met quickly by the defensive lineman, Caden Banks, who pushes him back. It's going to be just no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 upcoming from the 39.
That was a good play by the defense. Mr. Banks being at the right place at the right time. Defense read it pretty good there, but again, the Panthers they've got to drive this ball down and try to pick up some type of points. It's too important, especially when you got a high-powered offense on the Coyote side of the ball.
Abram on the carry again, a big pile, and he's able to move forward for about 4 yards to set up this third down. And after no points in the opening quarter, first play of the second quarter, Anna scores. Now Colleyville with the football, looking to convert. A third down and about 7 to go.
Got to get this. You got to pick this up.
Weaver scans the field, has plenty of time. A hit over the middle, looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. The Coyotes get a turnover of their own and bringing this one back, eventually being forced out. The Coyotes, George Rogers in the secondary, takes advantage of that third down pass down the field, and now Anna set up in great field position with the ball, and they are looking to take a 2-score lead now after the turnover.
I know that has to go on Bodie Weaver, but that was totally not his fault. They did a great job of blocking for him, and actually the receiver, he stayed there when he was Mr. Bodie was trying to direct him to go, and so he was trying to hit him over the top, and so anytime you tip a ball in the air, that's blood in the water for a secondary. So that's exactly what happened. He tips the ball up in the air instead of coming down with it. Ended up an interception for the Anna Coyotes.
So on the return, it was a 15-yard penalty, illegal block in the back, so still going to be Coyotes ball, but it's not going to be in as good a field position because they do it from the spot of the foul. So that is a big break for Colleyville, not something that you typically say on a interception. However, to start at the 30 instead of being all the way backed up to the other 35, you'll take that if you're Colleyville at least.
Yeah, you definitely take that, and you'll take 7-0 right now. I mean, you will. This is, if right now you're, based off what you've seen on film, you're not upset at all. They have to play now. They have to create a turnover for themselves and get the ball back to their offense.
Williams back to pass and hit to the outside, pushed out at the 45-yard line. The second reception for Michael Kennedy. He had the big catch at the end of the first quarter to get Anna down into the red zone before they scored. So So first down after the big pickup by Michael Kennedy. Williams to throw again. Here's Ashton Ansley down the sideline. His third catch. He steps out around the 45-yard line. Tried to tiptoe down the sideline was the senior wideout, but he picks up about 9 yards and sets up second and short.
Yeah, that was Mr. West's fault on that. You cannot go inside of a block, and that's what gave him the edge. He goes inside of the screenplay, getting blocked and getting sealed in. That's why the receiver was able to pick up the first down.
So second and short, Chumley on the carry, and he gets stopped up in the backfield, ran into his own man at first, and then getting in on the tackle was Colleyville's Joseph Nisbet, the junior linebacker, but that's going to be enough to move the chains just on a 2nd and 1.
That's the first down. Excuse me. I thought he picked up the first down to play before. It looked like he stepped out of bounds.
Early stages of the second quarter. Anna with the ball after the interception by Colleyville. And Williams, time in the pocket. Now he steps up, pressure comes, and he gets hit by Madden Williams. Good spy on the quarterback by the linebacker as it was nowhere to go for Zy Williams, and he just gains a yard.
Not only was there a spy on him, he was boxed in. That's how you play it. And I wish we had replay now because he had nowhere to go, and all he decided to do was tuck the ball up and run. But he thought he could use his speed to get left, and that got right. And that got sealed. Also, he tried to cut it back right, and he has nowhere to go but to stick the ball and go up the middle.
So empty backfield for Williams. Just 3 on the defensive line for Colleyville. Rush 3 on 2nd and long, and a dart fired over the middle, caught at the 35-yard line, and continuing to fight for yardage. A good hookup and a fastball fired to Rowan Nylander, the junior wideout, for the first down.
Yeah, he just found a hole. You spread everybody out, hoping that the defense will spread out, and he just trying to find the hole. That's simply, it looks scary, but that's a simple offense when you just kind of look at your receivers curl up until the hole.
And had plenty of time with them just rushing 3. Now he looks down toward the end zone, and it's incomplete. Trying to find Ronald Bell. But Chase Gibson in the coverage sets up 2nd and 10 from the 30.
Great coverage by Mr. Gibson. I mean, he was right there on him. He's got his hand on him. He's looking inside. He's able to see the ball, but just a little overthrown by the quarterback.
Zy Williams. It's going to be interesting to see how Colleyville plays it because you broke down a couple plays ago the Panthers defensively boxing him in. They've shown different looks, trying to keep Williams at least guessing on what this pressure is going to be. Pressure comes here. Williams steps up in the pocket, and he gets stopped up just across the 30-yard line. But you're seeing the different looks that Jerry Edwards is trying to show, and when he thinks he can escape when the pressure comes, it's good recovery by Colleyville.
Right, so in this situation here, they sent a blitz, so you got 5 people blitzing. So the dangerous part about a blitz is with a guy like Mr. Williams, he comes right at you, and it's hard to make a tackle on him, but they did a good job of getting upfield, bending back, and so they're able to stop him before he gets going for only a couple-yard pickup there. That's a great play by the defense.
3rd down and 9. Football at the 29-yard line. Williams looks to get rid of it quickly, and
but looked like that might have bounced off the ground. He might have got away with one, but nevertheless, it's 4th and 3, and its defense has got to step up right now and get the ball back to the offense. It's crucial.
4th and 3. Williams off to Chumley. He tries to get some space, and he's wrapped up. Bryson Burgess makes the play. Had an interception earlier and a tackle for loss there to give the Panthers the ball back. Turnover on downs.
Mr. Burgess is playing one heck of a game tonight. He made a great play because the running back is headed full speed, and he cuts him off, trying to bend it back to his linebackers, but he ends up making the big play, one-on-one in open field. Look at that. He's running. He's just, as long as he brings him down, and I'm telling you, he seals that edge. Otherwise, that could go to the house.
Bryson Burgess making the play to give the Panthers the ball back for the second time tonight. Had an interception on Anna's opening drive.
Blitz off the edge.
And Bodie Weaver gets wrapped up. You mentioned the blitz off the edge, and coming in hot was Carter Dietz, and the junior linebacker gets the sack and a massive loss.
Yeah, the running back, I know he faked one way. He's looking to pick up the block, but when you know you're not getting the ball and you scan, you got to be able to scan back and pick up that block. That's a huge one for a loss. Big mistake on that.
Big loss on the play. And that sets up 2nd and long here for Colleyville. They're backed up to the 21-yard line. Wendler in motion, a flag flies, 2 down on the field. Perhaps Colleyville going to be going even further back after a 5-yard offensive penalty for the false start. They tag Eli Emerson, the center, on the false start, so makes it 2nd and longer. They were facing about 2nd and 20 now for Colleyville.
What it makes it harder on yourself right now. They gotta settle down and start making some plays now. They started off pretty hot, and now they're kind of making some mental mistakes. You can't do that against this team, you'll go home.
And they do a handoff to Gerard Wiley, and he gets up to the 21-yard line, so a 3rd down on 2nd and 20, opting to run it to try to get some yardage. Now a 3rd and long scenario. Last time on 3rd and long, Bodie Weaver had time in the pocket, threw an interception. Interesting to see what they try here.
Yeah, this is going to be a play. The defense, they know he may have an opportunity to pass it, because this is a passing down, by the way. And so they're going to sit there and they're going to play. They're probably going to zone this. Yes, they start off in zone just to see what they can get somebody in the hole. What a play.
Oh, Luke Graves with the catch at the 40-yard line. And on 3rd and 21, Bodie Weaver with the big connection to Luke Graves.
What a play by the quarterback and Mr. Graves by knowing where the sticks are. I mean, he got to the sticks where if he caught the ball, he didn't have far to go to get the 1st down. That's a big-time play.
So 1st down for Colleyville. Back to the ground. Gerard Wiley looking to get to the outside, and he gets pushed down to the turf by Josiah Smith, who raced him to the sideline, and a pickup of 2 for Gerard Wiley.
Great pursuit by the safety there, Mr. Smith, by cutting Wiley off there, because that could have been a big play as well. So great pursuit by him.
So 3rd and 21, Shannon, you said it was a passing down, of course, and Bodie Weaver with a big hookup to keep this drive alive to Luke Graves. And now Weaver turns and hands it off to Wiley. A burst of speed out of the backfield gets up to the 48-yard line. A pickup of 6 yards.
Yeah, that was a nice play. It looked like it just developed a little too slow. Looked like it was open for a minute, but it seemed like there was a little miscommunication or something was a little off with that play. But they need to strike quick. They need to end this quarter with at least 3 points on the board. They have to get something out of this drive.
4.5 to go in the second. 3rd down. And 4 yards to go. Bodie Weaver going to keep it himself, and he runs up the field, putting his body on the line. He is stopped a yard shy of the 1st down marker.
I was wondering when they were going to use the legs of Mr. Weaver, because they're zeroed in on the running back there, and so I knew at some point they have to get Bodie Weaver's legs involved, right? So look, they're keyed in. If you look at this DN, they're keyed in right there on the running back. Boom. So there you go. He gets on the other side of him because the eyes of the DN was on the running back. Great play by the offensive coordinator there.
First, an opportunity for Bodie Weaver and this offense around midfield. And speaking of the offensive coordinator, first year calling the plays, Jeremy Snyder and this Colleyville offense, they want to talk about it. Timeout called with 3:43 to go in this second quarter. Colleyville, like you just said, Shannon, trying to get points on the board before halftime, setting themselves up to do something they've done all year long, play well in the second half, and, of course,
guys are a strong second half team, so to finish this drive with points, that's
well, yes, go for it. We'll see what they do. Weaver in the gun. Chandler in motion. The handoff, and he picks up the yardage for the first down, and the big boys up front. Everybody says, hey, we're going to give this off to Gerard Wiley, and he picks up 2 yards.
Yeah, from here on out, it's four downs. I mean, from here, you're not punting. 4 downs. I mean, from here, you're not punting. And you got to score. So you have the good part about it. You have 4 plays to get in the end zone.
Weaver throws it out to Samir Johnson. He's got some space and a first down for Colleyville. Samir Johnson gets forced out around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, man, that's how you do it. Spread them out. You can't be one-dimensional. That's what they're doing. They're running with Mr. Wiley and Mr. Bodie, and then they're doing the quick plays to the receivers there. That was an awesome play. Again, I want to see how much juice this defense has in the tank, being they hadn't played this much all year long.
3.5 to go in the quarter. Wiley on the carry, and he just picks up a yard, being met by Ryan Tusamitu, the outside linebacker.
Think about that. I mean, it's 7-0 with 3 minutes left before the half, and we told you that this Coyote team is used to putting up 33 points in a half. So usually your defense is, they hadn't been able to, they play a lot, but they're 3 and out a lot because your offense has the ball probably most of the time. So these guys are having to play a little bit more than usual tonight.
Weaver trying to escape some pressure, steps up in the pocket, breaks a tackle, keeps on moving. He is wrapped up there by Austin Crowley. An interesting play as Bodie Weaver dances around a few defenders.
That was a great play. What a play by using the legs of Weaver. I mean, he was basically stopped for loss and was able to cut it back against the grain and pick up some positive yards. This third down looks a little bit more attractive than it would have looked if he didn't use his legs.
And they'll have a couple plays to do it. 3rd down and short. Wiley standing behind Bodie Weaver. Weaver turns, carry off to Wiley, and a tough run. He puts his head down and motors through. And on 3rd and 2, Colleyville into the red zone with a first down.
Yeah, that's a tough kid. He can run the football. Again, he's undersized, but he has a heart of a lion. That guy can run the football, and he's definitely not afraid to get up in, to mix it up with those big guys.
Under 2 to go until halftime. Colleyville trying to tie it before the intermission. 1st and 10 from the 18. And Weaver looks down the field, has a man toward the end zone. Touchdown!
What a play.
Luke Graves for 6.
I saw it when he left his arms. He's wide open, and that was a great pass by Bodie Weaver. Put it on the money. Again, we have a ball game, folks. It was so important to pick that touch or score some points before the half, and so that was just a wonderful play by receiver and quarterback there. Way to be on the same page together. That's awesome.
Probably the best drive of the year for Luke Graves. Catches one on 3rd and 21, and then comes up with the touchdown catch. Colleyville and Anna knotted at 7. Let's get another look.
Yeah, they're in man. They're gonna bring 5 up the middle. That's the play before. I'm sorry. But in that play, they were bringing them, and it was such a great to see the patience of the quarterback to sit there and locate his man and put it on the money. Look at here. Here we go. So they're going to bring in the 5-down line with the blitz from the linebacker. He gets stopped, giving him the quarterback time, put it on the money. What a play.
Luke Graves for the touchdown, and Colleyville, with the Unified Health Advisors Health Insurance Agency extra point, ties the ball game up, and we are knotted at 7.
That was a big-time play. If you look at it, he had a corner underneath and a safety over on top, and he puts it on the money right between the both of them. Man, that was a great play.
And 2 huge catches on that drive from Luke Graves.
Look at this throw and where it lands. Boom, boom, right between the safety and the cornerback. That's a big next-level play right there by the quarterback and definitely by the receiver being where he's supposed to be. That's what you call being on the same page, brother.
And they were for sure. On 3rd and 21, makes the catch to keep the drive alive, and he ends it as well with his 2nd touchdown catch of the year to tie this ball game up at 7 here in the opening round of the playoffs. Now 90 seconds to work with for the Coyotes. You know they can move it quickly, and they probably have points on their mind before answer. A minute 30 and a quick pass to the outside. They find Ace Trailer, the junior wideout, for a first down, and he gets out of bounds. 5 seconds come off the clock there.
I know you're not trying to give up the deep ball, but what you don't getting out of bounds by playing up on them a little bit and using the sideline as your friend.
Empty for Williams. He's looking down the field and has a hit over the middle, somehow caught right there by Burgess. Was in the area, but it's going to be a catch.
Yeah, he had a decision to make, and he went for the ball instead of the big hit. I think you go for the big hit there and jar it loose.
And there's incompletion. He'll stop the clock, looking for Ronald Bell, but 2 Panther defenders in the area with Gibson and West approaching the sideline. So it'll be a 3rd down and 3. Clock stops, 63 seconds to go in the first half. Ball game on our hands, Shannon.
Yeah, this is a good one here. I mean, again, they have to play. I would play for the run right here. Look at here. I'd play for the run, blitz, but look like they're not going to do so.
Chumley on the run. He gets up to the 50-yard line, so they pick up the first down. Anna still working with a couple timeouts in their pocket as well. They get to midfield. And a new set of downs going quickly again. Williams hit to the outside, and he finds his man Nylander with the 2nd catch of the drive, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you got to use the clock, on both sides of the ball here, but you got to be smart, guys. I don't know what kind of kicker they have or what kind of leg he has, but I'm assuming that they're trying to go for the score, but worst case scenario, getting field goal range, so you can't give up, 7 to 10 yards a pop.
2nd and 2, ball at the 42-yard line. And shot down the field, and it's caught right at the 20-yard line there by Ashton Ansley. The Coyotes want to go quick. They get down to the 20-yard line. Clock stops momentarily at 47 seconds. And a timeout is called by Colleyville. They want to reset because of how quickly this Anna offense was moving.
Again, you start seeing that 33 points in a half. They start with a little over a minute left, and they're already looking in the red zone to try to score. And so with 47 seconds left. So the best thing you can do is call a timeout, what's just happening, put some plays in there, settle everybody down, put yourself in the right defense to try to stop this quarterback, because that right there was just throw and catch.
What a ball, though.
Yes.
Great coverage. It looked like pretty solid coverage right over the shoulder, and Ansley with another catch. He's having a monstrous first half, and it's interesting because just 7 points. Anna, they got stopped on a turnover on downs deep in their territory, in Colleyville's territory, and then threw an interception around midfield. And that's why they don't have as many points to show for how they've moved the ball in this first half. So 1st and 10, 47 seconds to go. Colleyville called the timeout. Try to get the pass rush fresh, and they go again. Acrobatic catch, but out of bounds. Ashton Ansley again was the target.
Yeah, see what they're doing. They just want size. I mean, that's a taller receiver over a shorter cornerback, and they're just going to try to throw it up to him and hoping that he makes an athletic play, as he's done a couple times in his football game. So he's just got to keep doing what he's doing and hope the quarterback makes a bad throw, because he can't control how tall he is right now. It's time to just make a football play.
On 2nd and 10, ball is caught there by Ace Trailer, but the clock continues to move. He did not get out of bounds. And Anna is going to call a timeout. So they'll just have one remaining with 30 seconds left here in the second quarter. You asked about the kicking situation. I know that's not on the Coyotes' mind, but for Anna this year, Desmar Morrow-Quinn, their kicker, he's 57 of 60 on extra points. He's just 2 of 3, though, on field goals this year. So not a ton of opportunities for him to kick, and you probably expect that for a team averaging over 50 a game, but we'll see.
Well, that tells me what I need to know. They're trying to score. They're trying to score and put this thing in there, knowing that the Panthers get the ball the second half and have an opportunity to score. So they're thinking touchdown all the way.
They add 3 seconds on the clock as well when Anna called the timeout. So 33 seconds left in the second. And you have a 3rd and 6 from the 18-yard line. Williams gets the snap. Pressure comes. He moves out of the pocket and steps out of bounds. What great pressure, and then Madden Williams forces him out.
Great pressure there by the defense, forcing him out of bounds. Yes, it stops the clock, but they don't have a play. They don't give Mr. Williams a chance to try to throw one in the end zone there. So great play, great pursuit by the defense.
And with not many kicking opportunities this season, 38-yard try here would maybe be something you might think about.
Look like they're going to do that.
And so they do send out Desmar Morrow-Quinn, a sophomore kicker. A 38-yard try is what they go for right here. He's just 2 for 3 on the season. His long has not been posted, so not exactly sure on at least the longest kick he's had this year, but he's been pretty accurate on PATs, 57 of 60. And made his lone kicking opportunity tonight, but it could be big for Anna if they can put together this drive ending with a field goal and go into halftime with a lead. Now, that doesn't bother the Panthers. They get the ball to start the second half, and they've been down so often at halftime this year, but it could prove to be big here in this opening round playoff matchup.
Well, based off what we know about numbers and about this Anna team, is they've been playing up for this kicker all year long. They've never been in this situation. There's pressure on the line, and this is a playoffs. They know they need points, so the pressure's on this guy to make this kick.
And we'll see if the sophomore can come through. Desmar Morrow-Quinn.
Look like they're going to play it safe. I would go for it, but look like they're going to say, we'll just let them see.
A 38-yard attempt, plenty of distance, and it is through. So the sophomore kicker converts, and the Coyotes take a 10-7 lead.
Listen, that's a win for this defense, I have to be honest with you, because they know this offense is very explosive, and to hold them to 3 points before the half, that's a win. Knowing that they get the football back, you have to feel good about that. I guarantee you the defensive side of that ball feels good about it within the coaches there. That's a great stand.
So they hold Anna to the field goal. And now with just 22 seconds left and no timeouts, probably thinking Colleyville will just take left.
Kickers, man, everybody's doing things a little longer and have distance. You know, 30 yards, 40 yards for.
Ryan Zuckert has made a 46-yarder this year. Came in a Week 1 victory against Red Oak when he hit 3 field goals, including the game winner with under a minute to go when the score was tied. But that's still a long way to go to get to about the 25-yard line. And they will give it off to Wiley on the carry. A bunch of Coyotes swarm him, and both teams are going to head to the locker room with a 10-7 score that we have at the break. A good one on our hands here in the opening round of the playoffs. We'll be back. You're watching Panther Friday night on Tradio. 10-7 score at half.
Settled here. Co, a deep 3. It's good. Grapevine shooting the ball.
Big play.
Weaver, quarterback keeper. He gets the push. And
Get out of here, ball. Get out. Atta boy. Yes, sir. Hayden Tatum. Did you get that one going out?
Inside the 5. Snap back. It's a handoff.